Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Let's get out of the shower. I haven't done my hair, and I'm okay with that. I have this weird thing about like having to do my hair, or whatever, be ready for this, but like I'm actually never like ready for this. So why should my hair be? Anyway, um, how is everyone doing? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Um, we've just got some tough stuff going on. I like to try to balance myself between being like floofy la la awesome land and like we're in the depths of hell, right? And I hope I hit that mark, because that's kind of where I try to live my life. Like I'm all right with not being like too high or too low. I'm sort of like cool here. um, but there's a lot going on. So today I really want to talk about Sagittarius and Pisces. So we have the moon is in Pisces, and I talk about the moon because the moon is the one that changes the most often, clearly, because anyway, it goes through the whole zodiac in basically 28 days, right? While the sun takes a year and then the rest of the planets and on and on. But the moon is in Pisces. So the moon in Pisces is Pisces is an emotional sign. The moon is our emotions. So we're feeling, we could be feeling pretty emotional, spiritual, wanting to connect with others. And the moon will be having its first quarter square with the sun, which is in Sagittarius. We just have a lot of like Sagittarius and Pisces stuff going on, and then I'm going to get to Venus and Pluto. All right. First, I'm going to tell a story. So, yesterday, I was driving my car, and look for signs from the universe or like God or whatever you call it. Just I got like bags. Anyway, um, because I had the most beautiful experience. I was driving in the car, and I am very even keel, anymore these days. Like, I don't get too roused up about anything. Like I was just saying, I try to stay more here. I've even tried to, like, when I used to, when I manifested things, I would get really super excited. And now, um, I'm getting used to it, but also I'm just, it's like all right here because instead of being like, so, whoa, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then, and it's not that I'm trying to avoid the lows. It's just appreciating that it all fucking is. Like we came to Earth to experience shit, and we came to Earth to experience hard stuff too, right? So if I'm going to think that beautiful things are amazing, I kind of feel like the shitty things are amazing too, like that's part because there's a lot of shitty things. And if I didn't think that, I, then it just makes being here harder. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, so I was driving yesterday, and I was pretty stressed out, and I was like, all right, you guys, I'm gonna turn on the radio. I need something. Like, please play me a song. And so I turned on the radio, and the song was Shout, Shout, Let It All Out by Tears for Fears. And after I laughed really hard because I was like, yes. Um, oh, I shouted. I let it all out. I really, really just drove in my car. Driving in your car and screaming, that's the best place to like the blessed. That's the blessed place to scream because you're in your car, you're making noise. I mean, maybe be on like single lane highway or whatever. But who the fuck cares? Uh, it's hard to find somewhere to like go and scream, because when people hear screaming, they're alarmed, as well they should be, probably, for the most part. unless you're at an amusement park or something. But I screamed, I yelled, I shouted, and I did all of that, and I let it all out. And afterwards, I was like, all right, I had my eyes open because I was driving, but as soon as I took a deep breath, I looked like I caught this license plate caught my eye. I don't look for the license plate things or the number things or any of that anymore. If it catches my eye, that's meaningful. But it just the numbers thing doesn't really appeal to me unless it's totally in my face or like I happen to see something. But anyway, so shout, shout, let it come out, comes on the radio when I asked for a song. I'm driving, I'm shouting, I'm pissed. And that's a thing for me is I don't get angry enough, and so I'm like, I'm working through this, I'm working on my emotions. Well, sometimes you just need to like get them out. And that's one that I'm constantly, trying to find that line, right? And I looked up and it said, the license plate said, yes, Lord. Like God was up there, like, thank God this fucking girl screamed. Like we've been trying to get her to let out her emotions. And like that was all I had to do. And then I felt better, right? Anyway, that's my story. So we have Pisces moon, and the moon is going to meet up with Neptune, and then there's going to be a first quarter square with the sun, and the sun is approaching a square with Neptune. So basically, here's what I want to tell you: look out for self-aggrandization. I think I'm saying that right, but Neptune can be delusional, but it can also be spiritual. It's a foggy planet. It speaks in symbols, not words. So it's really difficult sometimes to talk about Neptunian things. But, it just creates a fog and a confusion. And that can be fun. Like maybe you're at a fog party, or maybe you're like talking to spirit guides and God, and that's like unclear and like not real, but like, it's anyway. Or you're drinking too much, you're escaping reality, you're, not doing, like just not being clear in your life. So that's what I mean. Every planet has a positive and a negative aspect. So look out for like being deceived, being confused. The first quarter square is always of the moon cycle is typically when we would encounter challenges, right? Like emotional challenges, frustrations in what we're trying to move towards. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about is need to take a breath. Venus and Pluto are buddying up, and they're going to be buddied up until, what did I say? Like December 28th. Yeah. Like right around December 28th or something. So we're going to be dealing with this energy for a little bit. And I was reading this book. So, principles of Venus and Pluto, deep and intense passions, renewing and regenerating forces in relationships, the power of love and the drive to unite, the interplay of beauty and the beast, a tendency toward obsessive attractions, feelings of jealousy and possessiveness, passive aggression or manipulation, a love of power. So, Venus is beautiful. It's our wants, our desires. It covers our relationships. It's women. It's money. Pluto is power. It's control. It's rebirth. Pluto descriptions can sound negative, and it is an intense planet, but it's like they have higher aspects as well, like control over yourself. It's also subconscious thoughts, deep desires, and that's kind of what this Venus Pluto feels like a deep desire and like a combustible energy regarding what we want, right? There's also a high possibility of projecting things onto other people. So that's something to be really mindful of. I wanted, yeah, shadow qualities, overbearing sweetness or friendliness, a manipulatively yin style. Yeah, being coy to get what we want, right? Passive aggressive passive forms of aggression, a pushy or obnoxious aesthetic, a love of power, infatuation, urges to control one's friends and loved ones, intense projections, damaging one's friendships, romantic obsessions, dangerous or forbidden love. Let me look at some of the higher, because this is a conjunction, and when there are conjunctions, when the planets are together, it's not necessarily positive or negative. Like it can really depend on how you like play with that, energy, or how it plays out for you. And also, if you're interested in a chart reading and you can figure out where all this stuff is going on, that's kind of helpful to know too. So, okay, so good things. Primal feelings of love and attraction, deep and intense passion, the sense of a positive fatedness operating in one's partnerships. Yeah, look out for very deep and like dramatic conversations in our relationships, for better or worse. But yeah, there are some good ones. I want to pull some cards. Who do I want? If you happen to be in Tejas, I'm going to be reading of a muse in Bernie today. We're going to do moon goddess and moon manifestations, and I'm going to do that tarot. Actually, I'm going to start with the tarot and see what we get. Venus is going to go retrograde on December 18th, I believe. So we're going to be reevaluating our relationships and all of that. Finances, she's in Capricorn. So I've talked about this before, but okay. I bet that was really loud. God. Okay. I need a new desk. So we got the Fool. I want to clarify that, but I'm going to tell you what that feels like. First of all, the Fool is a good card, right? It can indicate that you're being foolish or naive or whatever, but the Sun is on his back. He is standing on the edge of a cliff, right? But there's the little dog, and the little dog represents our intuition, hinting things to us. Pluto is going to bring things out that we've been trying to hide. Secrets could be revealed. Yeah, that's something that could come up over the next couple of weeks. You could have find out something, or something is uncovered. And especially because of Venus, it could be in relationships, But this Fool card means all of the planets are like, there's a lot of tension in the end of December, and some of you might feel it, some of you may not, but it is likely around you. But basically, things are like in that like breakup phase. Why I'm like seeing like the earth kind of almost an earthquake, which is devastating for us on the outside. And it's a really negative metaphor seeming to us, but the earth needs to do it. Okay. So like wow, that's what I got. There may be casualties in our life. And that doesn't mean like, people are going to die, but there could be casualties, but something deep down is like shifting and kind of emerging or erupting. Yeah. Yeah. Eight of Swords. This is to clarify the Fool. We feel like we're stuck, but the swords is our thoughts, our minds. She it's all in her head. This is totally like convincing yourself that there are no other options. Maybe there is an option, but it's going to be really fucking disruptive and you're trying to avoid it. And you can avoid it if you want. Usually Pluto makes it happen though. So, good luck with that. And I've kind of found that it's better to be an agent of change in your own life than to have it changed for you. So, all right. Abundance. I'm going to pull a tarot card on that. So we have Hunter Moon, Eyes on the Prize. That's what that's what just came in. Eyes on the Prize. So this is a full moon. I just said we're at the first quarter moon, but don't let what you see deter you, right. The Two of Cups and the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords again, thoughts, communication. Here we're stuck in our heads, right? We're feeling, we may be feeling limited or unable. She's blindfolded. That's the way it is in regular tarot. You can see it a little bit here. But she's blindfolded and she feels stuck in these swords. And in the tarot deck, the story behind the card is that she's only loosely bound. If she would wiggle free from the ropes and take off the blindfold, she would be able to like walk away and basically rescue herself. But it's kind of convincing ourselves that we're trapped. So we got abundance. So don't lose hope, like eyes on the prize. Don't give up. And we got the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is new ideas, right? It's almost like something new wants to like come up out of this wreckage, but and I say wreckage, this could be like, oh, like my day feels a little fucked up, or if it's prominent in your chart, you could be really feeling this. So bear with me. You got to use your own discerner when you're listening to my language with this. But something new kind of wants to happen, or a new idea wants to come through. But the page is a childlike energy, so we can feel kind of childish or immature or feel naive, right? Like a noob, like a major noob. And then we got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, we've got, and the Page of Swords and the Two of Cups were to clarify this abundance. In this deck, it's, the Two of Cups implies a relationship. A lot of times a love relationship, but it's a connection. So whether it's a love relationship or not, connecting with other people is going to be important. Maybe even new people who bring you new ideas, kind of, kick up the dust in your old idea room in your brain. And fostering relationships that we already have. The Page of Swords is kind of brave. Like I think of it like the little kid who speaks what's on their mind, but not intending to be rude, but then they sort of learn that those things are kind of rude to say. So it's like an innocent sort of sharing. Take a reality check. Yeah, reality check. That's a full moon in Capricorn, and go for it. New moon in Aries. So Pluto is going to give you a reality check, is what's coming up, right? And this is the full moon. It's like everything you're gonna see it all. Like you'll see it on the outside of you, probably, or maybe before you deal with it on the inside of you. And then the new moon is just this new moon. It's a beginning. Go for it. But do we trust ourselves? Have we dealt with like our own bullshit? Anyway, that was fun. I gotta go. I hope you have a great day on Earth. Thank you for stopping by. Peace. Namaste.